It's been a while since we've done a Q&A, and I feel like there's a lot happening in the watch industry right now. I've got some of your questions. Let's answer them. So number one, is the Tudor Black Bay 54 still hot and worth it in 26? Hot, no. Worth it, yes. So I've got the original variant, the black and gilt. I think it is the best mid-sized diver, especially for the price. I think it would have still been hot if they did a different blue when they released their novelties this year. So if you're newer to watches, they released a royal blue Black Bay 54 sunburst style at Watches and Wonders this year. I just think it was a big missed opportunity. Blue is a color they usually do so well. I'm thinking of the Pelagus blue and the Black Bay 58 shade. How do you evaluate if a micro brand is worth the money? I love this question, and it's something I think about a lot as someone who reviews a lot of watches from a pretty wide assortment of price points. I would break it down into 3 brackets. There's 3 things I'm looking for. Number 1, I'm always looking into the specifications. Does it meet the baseline of specs you're looking for at the price? Water resistance, material selection, choice in glass? Is it sapphire mineral? Would the measurements work for you? And of course, the movement selection. So there's the usual suspects, Sellita, ETA, Miyota. But then even within those companies, there's different classes. Sellita, for example, goes from standard all the way to chronometer and COSC certified movements. Bracket 2, wearing experience and how it actually feels in hand. What is the build quality like? And I think this can be hard to do with a lot of micro brands, as a lot of them operate as direct to consumer. So this is where you start investigating. I'm watching reviews. I'm talking to anyone who's seen these in person, has maybe posted them on Instagram. Maybe they own one. Also, make sure you check the return policy just in case you think, nah, this isn't for me. I think if you operate on a direct to consumer level, you should probably have a pretty forgiving return. And bracket 3, brand ethos. What does this brand stand for? Are they something I want to be a part of? So I think immediately of Studio Underdog. They created this really well. You know who they are, what they're about, and if someone wants to support the brand, they understand them. I think if all these buckets next to the price make sense, then it's worth the money. Pick a Grand Seiko dive watch you would actually buy. No cop-out. You have to pick one. This isn't even hard. I think about this regularly. I already want to buy this, the new Oshio UFA Spring Drive. I handled these at Watches and Wonders. They're fantastic. So just shy of a 41mm case diameter. I love the dial work. I want a Spring Drive Grand Seiko as well. And now UFA, happy. Buying my first Rolex made me realize how good Tudor is. Truth. Bars. Do people still say bars? What do you think of the Omega Speedmaster Reduced? I think the Speedy Reduced is so close to being perfect, but there's just enough wrong with it that I can't pull the trigger. For me, it fixes all the problems I have with the Moonwatch. So a smaller size at 38mm, 100 meters of water resistance. That's a huge deal for a lot of people and an active deterrence from getting the Moonwatch. But it also comes with 2 problems that I personally can't get over. For 1, the movement is automatic, which just feels like heresy. It feels sacrilegious in the Speedmaster world. And for 2, the subdials just look weird. I have a hard time putting it into words. I find the oval ones a bit too feminine, but even with the round ones, there's just something awkward about the proportions. If I was to get one, I would get this, so a gray dial. I think it's unique for the model family. I just can't get over those 2 hurdles and purchase one. When are you going to tell us about the newest release from IFL? Well, funny you should ask. Let's talk about today's fabulous video sponsor, IFL, and their newest drop. So this is the Casio G-Shock Vandalism, the newest IFL limited edition, which takes the G-Shock GA2100 and turns it into a wearable piece of graffiti wall art. And this one has got a little bit of attitude. I really like it. This takes its inspiration from street art. Obviously, it's a spontaneous mural built over years where every tag, symbol, and slogan covers the one before it. The noise comes together and makes a cohesive body of work. It's colorful, fun, but it is still a serious bit of kit. So built on the G-Shock 2100, one of the most robust watches out there, anti-digi display, 200 meters of water resistance, and all those G-Shock features we all know and love, like world time, stopwatch, countdown timer, but now with IFL becoming one of a kind. Each dial is hand-painted, so no 2 are exactly alike. Also, I never talk about their packaging, but it's awesome. The Vandalism tin that matches the watch. I really like these. I think it's such a cool take on a cool watch, but these are limited, only 500 pieces available worldwide. If this is speaking to you, or if you just want to see what else IFL has on tap, go click the link that is in the description. It will take you over to their website. You can see all their watches and this one as well. Only 500 pieces being made, so don't miss out. And thank you so much to IFL for sponsoring this video. All right, back to your questions now. Rolex peaked with all 5-digit references. Fight me. No need to fight. Hard to argue with that. It depends on what you mean by peaked in the design department. I agree completely. This is my favorite era of Rolex aesthetics. But peaked in terms of build? No, they had the jingle jangle bracelets, horrible clasps. Modern movements are better. The power reserve is better. Servicing intervals have improved because the oils and seals have improved. But there is an undeniable 5-digit charm. OP colors ranked. Okay, let's do this. From the bottom, I would put beige. Jubilee is stressful. Pink is a bit higher, but still not my favorite. Solid mid-tier would be the darker green. I like the pistachio more. I'd put the pistachio just slightly higher. I like the mid-blue. It's not setting the world on fire. I'd put that one a bit lower than pistachio. Lavender, solid B tier. Turquoise, completely unbiased. Okay, A tier. And black, S tier, unbeatable. Favorite between the Black Bay 54 Blue Lagoon versus OP Turquoise versus IWC Ingenieur Pool. IWC Ingenieur Pool, I have made a video about it, so I'll put it in one of the corners now if you want an exhaustive reason as to why. Omega made a video game watch. Does anyone care? No. I feel like Omega is sinking so much money into the Bond product placement, but it must be working. I think it's creating a wider brand awareness. It has to be a net positive. I just think it's the sort of stuff that watch geeks roll their eyes at. Oh goody, more Omega? Is Omega stuck with Co-Axial? Added thickness for no better chronometry than, say, Tudor. Yeah, I think at this point they're stuck. They've made such a big fuss over coaxial. They've built a lot of their movement architecture and cases around it. I think it's too intertwined with their identity at this point. I have a massive soft spot for it. I love that they took a big chance and a big swing on the Daniels innovation. But there's a reason why a lot of Switzerland didn't. And maybe the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. Yacht-Masters are better than Submariners, and it's a hill I'll die on. Hot take, but I don't disagree. I wouldn't say it's a hill I'll die on, but there's a lot to like with the Yacht-Master. I've shared this before. The Yacht-Master was actually the watch that got me into Rolex. I tried on the 37mm Ever Rose Oyster Flex, and it just clicked for me. I love the size variations, even the materials now with the added titanium. It's becoming maybe one of their strongest collections with the most variants, especially for a professional model. I think Breitling and Tag Heuer have made nice surges back to relevancy. Thoughts? Yeah, I agree, and I love seeing it. I think they're two of the brands with the biggest opportunity right now, and it really boils down to name brand recognition. If they can seriously invest in their product, make it great, and at the right price point, get the right people excited, and use that wide-reaching name brand recognition, they could be cooking with oil. Hot take, the Royal is the hidden gem of the Tudor lineup. There were a few Tudor Royal questions, hot takes, all that fun stuff coming through, and I so agree. I don't know what would be more of a hidden gem in their current catalog, especially after the updates that they did at Watches and Wonders this year. So now fitted with a manufacturer caliber, COSC certified now as well, 70 hours of power reserve. The surprise of Watches and Wonders 2026 for me, the most unexpected thing, was how much I loved the Tudor Royal 30mm. I don't mind quartz, but Cartier charging $4,000 to $5,000 for one is banana balls. Wait till you see what JLC is doing with their quartz pricing. I'm a person who owns a FP Journe Elegant, so I have no credibility. What's your favorite GMT? Oh, not to be that person, but it has to be the Rolex GMT-Master II. To be more specific, it would be a 5-digit GMT-Master, and second would go to the Grand Seiko Elegance GMT. Hot take, I think Tudor has better color shades than Rolex. Ooh, I think this might be the first hot take I can't fully get behind. So I think Tudor does do some shades very, very well, specifically and namely blue. I'm thinking of the Black Bay 58 blue and the Pelagus, love it, Pelagus FXD, perfect. But now they've discontinued the Black Bay 58 blue and the Black Bay 54, that royal blue with the sunburst. I don't love it. Rolex, on the other hand, has the colorful Oyster Perpetuals. I think they nailed those. Even the newest generation of the pastel OPs. If Tudor can get it together, make a blue Pelagus 39 in that specific Pelagus blue. Don't ruin the color for us. I can be won over to your side. Anyways, guys, I think that's all we have time for today. I've been talking for so long. Thank you to everyone who sent in questions, hot takes. There were more than we could put into this video, so thank you. If we do this again, I think we should do this again. We should do a part 2. Send me more great questions, more great hot takes. It feels like an interactive way to be watch geeks together. Thank you so much for your viewership. Thank you to IFL for sponsoring this video. And now, thank you to the Pope Tier patrons. Get their names on the screen. Hello, Pope Tier patrons. We're doing something a little bit different today. I'm mixing up my office. I'm going to change some things around, so it's going to be changing over the next few videos, the coming videos. But this isn't about me. This is about you. Thank you so much for supporting. Sorry, I had a lot of spit I needed to swallow there. Thank you so much for supporting my weird little channel. I hope you keep enjoying the work we do here. I feel like I have the best job in the world, and that's because of you guys. I hope you keep enjoying the channel. Even if you don't, I hope you keep enjoying watches forever. They're awesome, and so are you.